I noticed a trend over the last few weeks and months that celebrities, well-known people, are coming out, to coin a phrase, and admitting to suffering from depression, as if that was something to be ashamed of, because depression is simply, and this may sound facile, but it is what it is, depression is simply something that is going on in your head. Now, unfortunately, depression affects people's lives and affects the lives of those around them. And this video, and a few minutes of a video like this, simply could not begin to scratch the surface of the treatment of depression in a manner in which a depressed person would actually take it upon board. There's a lot of research in relation to mindfulness-based cognitive therapy and its success in the treatment of depression, but I don't intend to go there at the moment because, as I said, a one-to-one session with somebody who's suffering from depression is what is really required. What I'd like to talk about is low-level background depression, so to speak. The title of the video is nervous, stressed, anxious, worried, suffering from anxiety. And a lot of people appear to be suffering from anxiety in this day and age. A lot of people tend to be worrying about things, indeed, that they don't want to happen at this point in time or into the future. A lot of people are nervous. A lot of people are not as carefree as they really should be. If you're tense, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, it's not you. It's what's going on in your head. And you may say to yourself, well, that's kind of blindingly obvious. It's obviously going on in my head. But if it is going on in your head, it means you can stop it. Or perhaps nip it in the bud to the extent that it never actually gets legs. Tension, anxiety, worry, stress all stem from a fault in the normal mind. And that fault is that we are hardwired to pay attention to things that stress us out and things that might threaten our very survival, and we'll pay precious little attention to anything else. The result is that even when we have a positive thought, we very often end up being stressed or nervous or anxious as a result of it. Classic example, a client of mine went for a walk during one of my workshops a couple of years ago and was going out for a walk to go for a walk. It's a Buddhist meditation, to see, feel, hear, smell and taste where he was, and nothing else. Just to see, feel, hear, smell and taste. But on his travels, a brand new BMW, as it happens, passed him, and he said to himself, that's a lovely car. Now the problem with that statement is the word lovely, because he was judging rather than simply seeing, because the thought that latched itself onto that first thought was, I'd love to have a car like that. He then thought, well, I can't afford a car like that. And over a period of a number of thoughts, it went from, that's a lovely car, to I couldn't afford a car like that, to if I don't get that next piece of business, I won't be able to afford the family holiday next year, to I won't be able to afford the children's education, to the point where I will lose my house. That's all because he had a useless thought. The useless thought was actually a positive one. That's a lovely car. The point is that thoughts travel in packs. They're like piranha. Once one of them nibbles you, a load of them will nibble you. So what you need to do is keep your mind pristine. You need to stop tension, anxiety and nervousness before it ever gets legs by stopping thinking and starting experiencing the wonder of simply breathing in and out, of being here, of being with the people that you find yourself with, even if they are people that your normal stored knowledge would have you believe are people that you don't like. You are where you are at this moment in time. It is what it is at this moment in time, and it is only useless thought, even good thought, that gets us into trouble by distancing us from the reality of where we are now. So, if you are feeling anxious, nervous, stressed, worried, tense, it's something that's going on in your own head, and by virtue of the fact that that's where it's happening, you can stop it. All you need to do is take little steps, day in, day out, to develop your mindfulness, to pay attention to what's happening, and not what you think is happening.